Good morning and welcome to Bowl TV on Extra Frame for the 2017 United States Bowling Congress Queens. We are at the Raising Cane's River Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Emil Williams Jr. and Jason Thomas. This is B Squad Round 2 qualifying, game 1 of 5. These competitors got their 10 minutes of practice in, back on the 41-foot fresh condition. This is their first time getting to compete on the fresh. They bowled the Burn squad yesterday. So as they settle in, we hope you're settling in as well for a great day of bowling here on Extra Frame. We'll have all 3 squads for the second round of qualifying. Coming up throughout the day, but competitors on B squad will help kick things off on our featured pairs. Lanes at 27 and 28 to your left, we have Lauren Pate, Amanda Fry, and Joey Yo. And on 29 and 30, Christy Leong, Liz Culkin, and Jamie Martin. Our opening round leader, Lindsay Boomer from Perry, Utah. A few pairs to our right. Over on 31 and 32, we do have live scoring available, so you can follow your favorite competitors throughout this 44-lane venue. You can find that at a few places. You can visit pwba.com/live for standings, roster, oil pattern, results, and of course live scoring. You can also visit bowl.com/Queens to get there. You can also just go to bowl.com itself. Same with pwba.com. It'll get you all squared away. Much of the same information there as well. As noted, the bowlers on B squad kick things off on the burn, so they have the opportunity to get very comfortable with the fresh. They're going to see it the next 2 days before we conclude qualifying. If you're unfamiliar with the format here at the Queens, all competitors bowl 15 games of qualifying over the course of 3 days. 2 squads on the fresh, 1 on the burn. With the top 63 players along with the defending champion, which is Bernice Lim of Singapore. Then advance to a double elimination match play bracket. The bracket matches are 3 games with total pinfall and determining who advances to the next round and who gets either knocked to the elimination bracket, or once you lose twice, you are eliminated from competition. And that goes down all the way until we get down to 5 competitors for our stepladder finals. Stepladder finals will be Tuesday here in Baton Rouge and will air at 10 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network that evening. Over on 39 and 40, Shannon O'Keefe getting pretty comfortable here on the fresh. Was plus 87 after day 1. Kicked things off with 5 consecutive strikes. Jazmin Snell over on 17 and 18, also 5 consecutive strikes to start for Jazmin. Was minus 95 after day 1. So this would be a good kickstart to getting back to plus and getting back into contention. Getting out of the gate strong here early on Friday. Of course, we appreciate you joining here on Extra Frame, but be sure to keep a lookout on the official USBC and PWBA Facebook pages throughout the course of the day. Jason Thomas on hand today, going to do some cool video stuff. I'm sure, of course, if we have any players continue their run towards a perfect game, Jason will be on the spot. Maybe an 800, who knows? That's the fun part. We get to wait and see. Speaking of runs at 300s, Lauren Pate had the front 9 yesterday. Did not connect on the 10th shot, however. It was a good shot. Rang a 10-pin. The young player from McKendree University. Having a few miscues here in the early going. Plus 70 after day 1, though. So pretty comfortable. She'll have to be solid on the fresh the rest of the way out. Taking a look at the standings through round 1. As we mentioned, Lindsay Boomer on top of the standings, plus 213. For her 5 games. 280, 213, 239, and 214, and 267. Sitting in second, Poland's Daria Pajuk at plus 173. Danielle McEwen, plus 147. And third, Champ Luhowski, plus 141. Josie Ernest Barnes, plus 133. Rounds out the top 5. We'll go all the way to the 10. Rocio Restrepo in the 6th at plus 130. She's tied with Michelle Sterner from Niagara Falls, New York, also plus 130. Michelle got out to a good start on the burn yesterday, 278. She's over on, where's she at? 11 and 12. Want to follow her. Seeing 8th at Jody Wessner, plus 127. Joey Yao from Singapore on our feature pair. She just had that miscue there on the single pin. Not the start Joey was hoping for today. See if she can get back on track here, but she was in 9th at plus 122. And USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson, the back-to-back PWBA Player of the Year, sits in 10th, plus 115. Most of those players are on the squad this morning, so Payuk on B squad, Boomershine, as we mentioned, and then Rocio, Michelle Sterner, Joey, there we go, and Liz, all on the lanes at the moment, getting their first crack at the fresh. Jazmin Snell got up to 7 in a row before leaving a single pin in the 8th frame. 279 starts, still sounds like a pretty nice way to start the day. Nearly big time trouble there for Lauren Pate, working on a double. 7-10 standing for a moment. We saw a variety of angles played on the fresh yesterday, especially on the right side. Some players a little bit more direct. Keep them going just a little bit left to right, not too much. Definitely couldn't miss right in the early going. Great shot there, Liz Culkin. PWBA champion in 2015. I believe that was at the Topeka stop. Liz plus 71 after the opening round. Looking at the overall standings. At the moment, the cut line plus 6 after 5 games. Sydney Brummett, very talented young player from Fort Wayne, Indiana, represents Wichita State collegiately. Actually just won the Intercollegiate Singles Championships here at the Raising Cane's River Center last month, so she's already found some success here, looking to capitalize on that. Sydney on C squad. So we say the top 63 because Bernice Lim, the defending champion, currently out of the cash line, or out of the cut line, which also is the cash line. Bernice in 82nd place overall. She was at minus 24. Games of 162, 225, 192, 201, and 196 for the 25-year-old right-hander from Singapore. So if Bernice has a big day, gets back into the top 64, then that cut line would change to 64 places. So if she does not, she's guaranteed the number 64 spot. No matter what, but can improve on that. Obviously, she gets the opportunity to get a little more comfortable with this facility as well, including the 41-foot pattern being used this week. Big thanks to Kegel, our official lane maintenance provider, We're helping out as always. Eric Pearson on site today. And all week for the USBC Queens. Kegel also a gold industry partner. Along with Columbia 300, Hammer, and Storm. So big thanks to all of them for their continued support. Christy Leon gets to 200 even, so she's not going to go anywhere from that minus 46. Jamie Martin, 218. Is going to get to more than plus 100. Second shot of the 10th for Liz has already delivered one strike. Let's make it one more. Gives her 5 in a row. She can get to 236. She's also going to be better than plus 100. 10th frame starting on 27 and 28. Nice shot from Peyton. Standout at McKendree University. Talked about players having success at this venue already. McKendree winning a pair of team titles. First, the NCAA Women's Bowling Championships, followed by Women's ITC title. So for Lauren Pate, Jessica Malott, who's also on B squad, Sarah Willie. They know what it's like to win in this facility, and hoping to translate that success one more time here at the Queens. Their head coach, Shannon O'Keefe. As we mentioned earlier, got off to a quick start, 5 consecutive strikes. She was at plus 87, going to increase that number here. She's getting ready for her 10th frame down on 39 and 40. So this venue has already seen quite a bit of action. Obviously, we got the lanes here on extra frame, but the Raising Cane's River Center to start this year was just a regular old convention center. Very nice one at that. It has a great staff right next to the arena. But the USBC Championship production crew came in here just about 8 weeks, constructed a 44-lane facility along with the help of Brunswick, the official lane installer. So this venue, as we mentioned, used for a few collegiate events to kick start in April before the USBC Women's Championships got underway on April 23rd. That event taking a hiatus for a few days to welcome the Queens. Many of these competitors also competed at the Women's Championships prior to hitting the lanes here for the Queens. Get a little warm up, get familiar with the venue, and of course all in hopes of taking home a title. The event in its 98th edition. So we finish up game 1 here. Good morning, Emil Williams Jr.
Hello, people, viewers.
What's the good word? Other than great conversion there from Amanda Fry.
That was the good word. Took the word right out of my mouth. That was it.
For Joey Yo, tough game there, 127. She's gonna get a lot of that plus back, but the big start, she can bounce back from a game like this. Definitely excited to get off this pair, get a fresh start wherever she moves to next. And to fry 173, Lauren Pate. 183. Okay, since we got some time, we're going to go over to 31 and 32, which includes our tournament leader after day one, Lindsay Boomer. This is, I believe, our only pair with 4 players on it for this block at the moment. That is Natalie Goodman, 10th frame. Delivers a strike to kick things off. She can get to 190 with 2 more strikes. Mary Wells, former junior Team USA member, working on a strike. She can get to 211, all 3 in the 10th, at plus 13 to start. She's going to cash in that break, make it a double. Also on the pair, Missy Klug. Start her day at plus 54. And the aforementioned Lindsay Boomershine. Boomershine through 6 strikes in a row, excuse me. Middle of the game after a split in the second. So she's going to have the chance to continue strong here. Add 40 more, working on a spare. Can get to 245. Push her number over plus 250.
Be a pretty good start. On the fresh, first game.
And that's one of the things she talked about yesterday, and you can check out that video on the official PWBA and USBC Facebook pages. Just about kind of takes the pressure off after having a nice block like that. Obviously 10 games still have to perform, still got to stay in that top 63, 64, whatever it may be. But it gives you the opportunity to kind of loosen the arm swing up a little bit. Try a few things, and obviously found a matchup here in the early going that was favorable. Mary Wells finishes with 209. She'll get to plus 22. There's Missy Klug. She's working on a double. She can get into the 220s with 2 more. Already at plus 54. Natalie Goodman is going to drop to minus 56. Good shot there by Lindsay. 10-pin does not cooperate.
Good shot. No, Aaron, you broke down some of the accolades for Missy yesterday, but I was unaware. Appreciate that knowledge.
Don't thank me, thank
I certainly see
Lucy Sandlin.
You can certainly see the talent.
Definitely a shot maker. Missy gets to 223. She's going to improve to plus 77. Lindsay Boomershine finishes 234. She's at plus 247. Still leading the way. Go back to our featured pairs here. For game 2 here in B Squad. 27 and 28. Rebecca Martin from Australia. And Brittany Smith, rookie this year. As well as Juliana Franco. Juliana at plus 121. Still finding some success here Over on 29-30, Jenny Notman, also from Australia. Hall of Famer, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Another highly touted rookie, fresh off the USBC collegiate scene, Verdi Crawley. Verdi, unfortunately, looking down a 7-10 to start things here.
Yeah, looked like a pretty good shot. Of course, not the result she was hoping for. You always get a good idea of sometimes where and how the lanes are playing, and where others could play, and sometimes where they can't play, because Verity can certainly play in. She's got some great skill at that, so we'll kind of watch and see what type of moves she may make on this pair. Could be just one of those type of shots where you leave a 7-10 to begin things, but you know, probably already gets the mind churning a little bit next time I'm on this lane, or even my next shot as I move to the opposite lane. Here we make a small 1-1 type of move already.
And that's understandable too, obviously, with the practice beforehand, moving to a fresh pair after getting 10 minutes of practice where you start, you get pretty comfortable from the get-go. And you never necessarily know for sure what the other competitors were doing out of the gates. Maybe more surface, less surface, further right, further left. Brittany Smith getting pretty far left from the get-go. That was crossing the arrows in the 15-16 range. Another player who can definitely create some angle. Doesn't get it all the way back, leaving the bucket. And you get Carolyn Doran-Ballard, obviously much further right. That shot additionally went right, not the intended target for her, leaving the washout. So a variety of angles.
Well, some things that we talked about at the end of our coverage yesterday. How do the players attack the fresh? It's a different set, or a different group, of course, seeing the fresh for the first time. After watching a little bit of the fresh, of course, yesterday, what adjustments do they make? And then, of course, whatever they do affects the C squad, who bowls in the burn this afternoon. And so it's always the trickle-down effect, if you will. Oh. Head pin, you get over there and click that 10. A washout converted for CDB.
I'm curious though with CDB. Number 5 on the jersey today. Maybe a favorite number? Maybe how many titles she plans on winning this year?
We'll have to ask. A 10-pin for Verity. Had some 7-10 alike qualities. The ball hit the pins. The 7, or excuse me, yes, the 7 went late. It's a pretty good action yesterday on the fresh. Well, last evening, really, where that got out to Danielle McEwen. Got off to a pretty good start last night.
Got off to a great start. Was 279, 230 or something and change out of the gates. On her way to finishing the day 3rd overall. Got to plus 147, I believe. Why am I guessing when I had the score sheet up?
Yeah.
That's just poor. It was plus 147. It's 279 and 237 start for the 2-time PWBA champion. Scoring pace fell a little bit those last 3 games, 223, 201, and 207, but she was pacing the squad on C squad.
Nasty 7-pin there for Carolyn.
Ball change from Brittany Smith. She looked like she moved even a little bit further left on that lane. And of course, as you mentioned, all this will certainly come into effect for the next squad of bowlers coming out. C squad coming up next, right?
C squad.
C squad gets the burn today. Scoring pace pretty high to start the burn squad yesterday. We saw 290 from Sherry Tan, 280 from Lindsay Boomer, a few 270s, 260s, 250s, a lot of 220s and 230s. Pace kind of slowed down for everyone outside of Lindsay, out averaging the field by 8 pins. The next closest competitor, Daria Payuk, getting to better than 242 for Lindsay. Off to another strong start here, game 2. 3 in a row on 37 and 38.
I'm anticipating a higher scoring day today. And we saw a thought yesterday was I don't know how to properly judge yesterday's scores overall. I think it'll be a little bit higher overall today, no matter what. Just from a sheer fact of there's more knowledge, information. At least that's what I would think.
Well, the exciting part is we'll get to see it play out.
We definitely will. And I'll get to see if I'm just dead wrong, which does happen.
Each competitor had the opportunity to take advantage of a 1-hour practice session 2 days ago. So even though the B squad bowled the burn yesterday, they at least had a game plan formulated for the fresh.
Very good ball change for Verity Crawley. First strike on the board now in the 5th. Carolyn Dornball has thrown it really good the last 3 times out. She's got a 7-pin to show for it and a strike. Looking for a double.
Players definitely seeming to get a little bit further left from what we saw yesterday. Outside of Carolyn there. Carolyn's doing her Carolyn thing.
She is. We saw Liz Tolkien play out in that area as well. I don't recall if she was doing that yesterday. Actually, she was. More than likely because she was bowling on the burn. But she's bowling pretty well to start here. She shot 230. Game 1 today and clean so far. Just a couple of strikes, but 4 9 counts, 9 spares at that.
Brittany Smith has gone 2 for 2 after making the ball change. Make it 3 for 3. Ball just didn't get up the hill enough. She still mixed them up in frame 3. Said need a little bit more. So like that's something a little bit more aggressive. Moved a little bit further left. Once again, one of those players who open it up a little bit more. And if it's there, take advantage. Sherry Tan off to a strong start here in game 2. Over on 19 and 20, 7 out of 8 strikes. 279 max score for her. We mentioned that Daria Payuk was in second to start the day. She's finding some struggles on the fresh. Dropped from plus 173 to plus 121 in the opener. Had an early split in game 2 in the 2nd frame that she was unable to convert. A bunch of spares. Got her first strike in the 7th frame. Saw Jamie Martin have a nice game here on Bowl TV on Extra Frame. She had a split in the 1st frame over on 35 and 36 and was thrown the 6th consecutive after that. She was at plus 111. Looking to continue that trend upward.
see, Linda Barnes on lane 32. Struck in the 7th. Staff for 900 Global out this week, including husband Chris. Nita Arnett off to a pretty good start this morning as well. Her number starting to drop and getting closer to plus. Joey Yo, after that 127, got off this spare and got back to business. 3-bagger, 9-spare, 3-bagger on lane 34.
Way to go, Joey. Gotta erase that quickly. Obviously, Joey, very talented player. Along with her very talented teammates from Singapore. They know the process. It's back to business just like that. Bold prediction. A little early for one, but just kind of getting to see some shots from Missy Klug throughout these 2 rounds, and you could see her making some noise this week.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And looking, go ahead.
I don't think that's a bold prediction at this point. I mean, we watched it a little bit yesterday, and then this morning we said, you know, she's throwing it. Great shot making ability, can clearly tell. Physical game is on point.
And she's in a. And granted, I didn't see where she was starting off last game, but she's kind of RA2. She's a little bit further left than even the likes of like Brittany Smith. She's actually pretty close to 4th arrow already. So if that's something that's going to play for her throughout the week, she can make those shots. That'll be interesting to see. She'll have that whole part of the lane to herself in most matches, I would think. But Missy throwing it well. Former Team USA member. Past women's championships titleist. Jamie Martin continuing to strike. She's looking for the last 11. She's gotten 10 already. Can make a big jump into the plus 180s. Finishes with 277.
Pretty nice score. That will help out.
Yes, please. I'll take another.
Forward for Liz Colkin after the open in frame 7. Good run for her so far, again on the fresh. As game 2 about to close.
Joey Yo still doing her thing. Looking to finish off a great comeback after a not so great opening game. Still shoot 279. She gets ready for the 10th frame on 33 and 34. Once again, we are behind lanes 27 and through 30 at the Raising Cane's River Center. We're going to be here all week. If you're in Baton Rouge, you're going to be in Baton Rouge. Stop by, say hi. Emil's signing autographs in between blocks. Not during though. It's a hard-working man.
Hard-working man. He's a complicated man.
Keep it going.
That's all I'm gonna give you.
The soothing tones. They're not sultry, they're soothing.
Dun, 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 dun. Still early.
Still early indeed.
Wait till we hit about 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, that's prime time?
That's about it.
Nice cover of the 510 by Natalie Goodman. One pair to our left. Juliana Franco 215 and Brittany Smith 215 as well. Tough game for Rebecca Martin 114. 10th frame underway on 29 and 30.
Sherry Tan with two of the high games, the highest games so far in the tournament.
Unfortunately, it's been very all or nothing for her. Started with 290 yesterday. So 290 and a 267. But plus 122. More than enough to be comfortably in the number at the moment. Obviously, long way to go. Just hitting the essentially the halfway point for their qualifying experience. Carolyn can get to 213 this game. Stayed clean, added a double. Hoping to make it 3 more. Just got to lay off a little bit.
There's a pretty cool fact about CDB. You may have known it, actually.
Go.
Any guesses on what she said she would want to be or would like to be if she wasn't a professional bowler?
That is a good question because I do not know the answer to that. Is the answer Chad Newman's boss?
It is not, but I think she could check that off.
All right.
The answer is a radio DJ.
I could see that.
Me too. And I want to explore this option.
Like what would the station format be for CDB?
I don't know. She even gave a title, but I don't want to give it away. I don't want people to steal her idea.
No, of course not. But
I want to explore this option with CDB. Get her in the like a radio show happening. I could see her in the studio. Talking maybe some late night jazz, maybe give some love advice.
Late night jazz and love advice. All right.
What do you think? I don't know. Maybe just throwing things out there.
We'll go to '25 and '26 real quick. That was the final shot for Missy Klug, 257. Has it on cruise control right now. And we'll go back. All right, game 3. Second round, B squad qualifying in the 2017 USBC Queens. Be underway in just a moment. Tiffany Morris, Sarah. I know you said her name yesterday. I'll let you for I don't.
And I wasn't sure, but I believe it was I would say DeSocia.
DeSocia? You said it with confidence, so I believe you. And Sherry Tan, who we talked a little bit about last game, finished with 267. Still waiting for a few competitors on 27-28. Michelle Sterner eagerly awaiting game 3's start. All right, you can go ahead and say it.
Okay.
You were right.
DeSocia.
A man of the people, Emil Williams Jr.
Well, you got to go
getting
to the
information. All right, as we settle into game 3, just a reminder, pwba.com/live, ball.com/Queens. Standings, live scoring, schedule, more. Keep up with everything USBC Queens and PWBA related. And of course, throughout the day, be sure to check out the official USBC and PWBA Facebook pages. As cool things happen, we'll do our best to capture those moments. Jason Thomas. The man with the plan, as well as the cool camera. Gonna guess a few of the competitors on 27 and 28 are currently bowling on 37 and 38. That is our one pair with 4 players. So if I was a betting man, I would think we were going to have Estefania Cobo and Leanne Holsenberg joining us as soon as they finish up. They're just starting the 10th frame over there. Just a reminder, put it in the schedule. Tuesday, May 23rd, 10 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports Network. You can watch the finals of the 2017 USBC Queens, which kickstarts the TV schedule for the 2017 PWBA Tour season. On Tuesday, we'll be taping a total of 4 shows. Of course, the Queens, along with the first 3 tour stops. And those shows will be upcoming on CBS Sports Network. You got the full list on pwba.com. Click on the Tournaments tab. It's a broadcast schedule. So after the Queens show, you can watch the PWBA Sonoma County Open Tuesday, June 6th. The Sacramento Open June 13th. And the Fountain Valley Open on June 20th. Those are all Tuesdays. Those are all at 8 p.m. Eastern. By the time we get to that Fountain Valley show, it's going to be time for the Players' Championship, taking place in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Schwabenon Bowling Alley. Always a fun host. From what I've told, I've never been there. I heard it's all right, even though it's in Green Bay.
Pretty cool.
Nothing against the people of Green Bay either, just the Packers in general.
Yeah.
But that's...
Yeah, I had to deal with it. The staff is fantastic.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Staff is fantastic. The center is very nostalgic. Very old school masking units.
I do like the look of the masking units. I've gotten to see those the past few years. I've spent a lot of tournaments to make it up to Schwabenon. And old school. I like that. Definitely looks like there's a personality to that center.
It's a good way to describe that.
nearly ready to go on 27 and 28. Michelle, you'll have company soon, we promise. Nice shot from Sarah, her first strike here in game 3. Has the 6, kick out the 10. Just like she drew it up. Scoreboards have changed. Tiffany Morris delivering the strike. In frame number 4. Sherry went a little high on the 29 last time, left a 6-pin. Let's see what the adjustment is here in the 4th, looking for a double. Where she did the same thing.
Another good shot.
Good shot.
It looked slightly different. She did make a move. Spare off camera there from Marianne Clausen.
All right, Michelle Sterner plus 115. Leanne Hulsenberg, the Hall of Famer, plus a 41. And Stefania Cobo, minus 121. Now joining us for game 3.
Welcome to the stage. Oh, hook ball. Jill Sterner shot as part of that game 1 high score barrage during the Burn squad yesterday. She chimed in and shot 278. I believe it was Tan 290. Boomershine 280, Sterner 278, Payonk 277, Crawley 267. That was game 1 from those individuals I just named when they hit the lanes yesterday at noon on the Burn. Should we expect something like that this afternoon? I mean, potentially. Another squad filled with high caliber players that are similar to what we just named. It very well could happen. Or it could be the exact opposite. You never know with the sport. In 27, 28, 29, and 30. Just underway if you're just joining us. Everyone around them, for the most part, is about halfway through. What game is this?
This is game 3.
A daily question for Aaron Smith.
And just like yesterday, game 3 was right after game 2.
But when you start off on the wrong foot,
you can always.
By the way, you can do cool things on the wrong foot in bowling.
That's true. I've seen it.
It may not be taught, but I've seen people do cool things. But in this instance, if you get past game 1, right? So we know when I get here that obviously the first game is game 1.
That's usually how that works. Yes.
Then it gets a little fuzzy at some point between the end of game 1 and the start of game 2, because you just never really, it's like, okay, we're in a new game, but you never really, you just never really decipher, hey, what game is this? All of a sudden it's game 5 and you've just lost it.
Time can fly when you're having fun. But you got so lucky during C Squad yesterday when everybody was done bowling at the same time.
That was, it scared you a couple times.
I was frightened, yes. I did not know what to do. I was scared. Lindsay Boomer still leading the way, plus 269. So the keys this week were just staying slow, staying smooth, and just trusting what she already knows how to do. Lindsay, a successful collegiate player at Nebraska. She's had some success here on the PWBA Tour, still looking for that first W. But you really want to go out and just trust the process this week. Also, after taking a few weeks off, coming back from a knee injury. Has been able to do that so far through 7 games. Sarah tripping a 2 there for 3 in a row. Right-hander's best friend. Ball change for Leanne. Gets a little bit different look. Gets her first strike. .710 for Liz Johnson in the 9th frame over on 26. She's at plus 127 overall. 2-time Queens champion. That was the first Her win in 2009 was my first Queens that I got to kind of work and be a part of. Although unlike the 2017 Queens, I had no responsibilities for the TV show, which the event took place, qualifying and match play, leading up to the step ladders, all took place at the National Bowling Stadium, Reno, Nevada. And then they built 4 lanes right across the street at the Reno Event Center, where the Reno Bighorns play a little D-League basketball.
Bighorns.
And along with the Queen show, they also did the Clash of the Champions.
Oh, yes.
That may not be the correct name, but that was 2000, all in 2009, so they had both of those shows that next day. A pretty cool show. Some big name players on that show. And Brenda Padilla. I believe then Brenda Edwards still. Making it to the step ladders. Lisa Bishop. Michelle Feldman. I believe Kelly made that show as well. But it was Liz's time.
How about that? It's a good story, Aaron Smith.
I don't know how good it was. It was just random.
Good. It was good memory. Good memories. Good memories that you're able to share.
One of the few perks of getting old.
I concur.
Shannon O'Keefe putting together a nice game 3 over on 19 and 20. 7 out of 8 strikes, can get to 279 still. She's at plus 106 overall. Sherry Tant putting together a solid effort here. Get to 249. 239, excuse me. Jazmin Snell making a nice turnaround from some struggles on the burn. It was right around minus 100 to start the day. She's can shoot 246 this game. She would be back on the right side of plus. So quickly erase that. Quickly erase that slow start yesterday. It was minus 95, started off today, 245, 225. She's a few pairs to our right on 33 and 34. Michelle Sterner picks up the 10 pin to stay clean. Still looking to find the right look to consistently get out all 10. Actually, looks like she's running back to where she started. Grab another piece of equipment. Michelle, a 3-time women's championships titleist, including last year taking home a team title. Sherry Tan from way downtown.
Pretty good shot. We just kind of seen the adjustments she's made throughout this game. Leaving a few 6 pins. It's, I mean, I didn't see what the 8th frame she left, but definitely the 6 pin in the 2nd and the 4th frame.
Yep. She's going to go ahead, try something different. That almost looks like your thing.
She will go to your thing from time to time.
When the mood strikes her?
I think so.
All right.
I think she's pretty aware of, you know, her own game and what works for her, what she needs to do. So she tends to make moves and you know, just make them. And sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do, of course, in this sport. But you maybe feel or think you should, but you don't.
It definitely moves a little bit further left, a little more direct, and
of course on that shot, you know, you certainly want to do it when you can on the fill. A good look, and that one looked a little early. I'm curious and kind of looking forward to watching Shannon Pulowski.
she's pretty good.
She is pretty good. She, of course, went plus 141 yesterday.
Plus 141, yep. Nice shot there by Kobo. Collegiate player at Wichita State. So Shannon was on A squad, so that means she's on the fresh again today?
That is correct.
So they're the late squad?
It'll be late tonight, and then tomorrow morning, or excuse me, tomorrow afternoon, she will hit the burn. So I look for really two things when Shannon hits the lanes later this evening. Let's kind of see where she continues to attack the lanes on the fresh. Go plus 141. Probably don't change too much, but Shannon, of course, a very smart player, so she's probably already taken into account the potentials, if you will. If this happens, we'll do this. If this happens, we'll do that. If I get this look, we'll do this. And then tomorrow, of course, you know, could be a little different for her, and so I'll be looking to see where she will play tomorrow. But if Sherry Tan certainly saw what she did on the burn, so, and on the fresh for that matter, obviously. So I would expect those two to, from a left-handed perspective, certainly be involved.
Be involved
in the bracket.
All right. Making a double, Michelle Sterner. Seemed like that adjustment gave her a little bit different look. A few light mixers. Oh,
good shot.
Now see, that's just not right after the 710.
I agree. It is not right. Downright blasphemy. getting back to your point earlier about Lindsay Boomer shine, and just being able to, or wanting to trust her process and trust what she knows how to do, and that is so difficult to really. I know I can attest to it for sure. You have the ability. You've done a lot of great things, and the skills there, but you get to a point sometimes in an event, or you kind of second guess yourself, and you just don't trust it anymore, and that happens a lot. And so when she said that, I mean, it's such an important factor. It seems like it shouldn't be, but it is. And I know for me, and probably most people, it's just a mental thing. Just got to get out of your own way sometimes. Bowl carefree. Well, not completely in that regard, but
no, there's still have to have a certain discipline out there, but. But all the hours, all the preparation. The body itself knows what to do.
I tell you, Jamie Martin is kind of creeping on the come up.
244, yeah, up to 232 now. So she is. She's doing her thing, liking the fresh. .730, .740 range, first three.
What, 78 on the high end here, 244 down on the low end. Not sure what game one exactly was.
218.
There it is.
So she's at 495 and 244, so yeah, 739. 739 out of the gates. A few final shots here of game 3. B squad qualifying round 2, 2017 USBC Queens. Take it away, Leanne Halsenberg, the Hall of Famer. Just gonna give back a few pins on that plus 41.
Leanne, of course, works at Storm. They have a piece of equipment called Timeless. And I know Belmo was involved heavily, of course, but Timeless is right there on lane 28.
I like what you did there.
Right there.
I like what you did there.
Has nothing to do with the ball. Simply saying,
timeless.
Leanne is a great definition of timeless.
This is why people tune into Extra Frame. That right there. That was perfect.
That's true. I mean, look at that. Timeless style. And one of the greatest of all time. Still competing at a high level. I don't think it gets better than that.
No arguments here, bud. No arguments here. Game 3 in the books. Game 4 coming up next here on Bowl TV on Extra Frame. As we wait for our scoreboards to switch, our competitors to make their way here, if they're not yet. Just a reminder, we'll be here throughout the day. With a C squad and A squad coming up next for their 5 games of round number 2. Since there's no re-oil for the next squad, that'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon local time here in Baton Rouge. Final squad of the day will start 6 p.m. Eastern. Five local time. All of it will be right here on Extra Frame. So welcome to Extra Frame on 27 and 28. Sarah Broussard, Daphne Tan, and Shannon O'Keefe. Over on 29-30, Kayla Bandy, Daria Payuk, and Alicia Current. Daria has not been having fun today. Started the day off in 2nd place overall. At plus 173. Started off with 148 and 178. Shot 195 in game 3. So the good news is scores keep going up.
That is good news.
Kayla Bandy at -28, Alicia Current at -8.
Current -8 up on lane 30. Good shot there. We talked about Lindsay Boomer shine, resting and recuperating the last couple of weeks. Recovering from a knee injury. Her tour roommate, Alicia Current, kind of ongoing treatment and for a knee injury as well. She said it gets better and the longer she bowls. So she now has like a heating process. Heating pad on the knee 20 minutes prior to get it warmed up. She changed some things in her own game to compensate.
I recently found out about Alicia fighting that knee injury. Did not realize all that other stuff though. So there's good insight there.
Yeah, we talked about it week 1. Yeah, you notice a few things. You watch practice, and anytime there's a heating pad, this may not necessarily be an injury per se, but there's probably something there. Just chatted, and the injury, unfortunately, seems to be nothing else that can be done to it, or it can't be further injured. So it's just something that, and hopefully, you know, it will heal at some point. Yeah, even though the doctor said what they said, but it's something that, at least for the foreseeable future, she'll have to manage. And that's kind of how she gets ready now. Heating pad for practice. Longer formats will certainly help her. So the longer she bowls, the better and less pain she feels.
Usually that works the other way around, so that's interesting. Alicia, of course, helped kick off the return of the PWBA Tour in 2015, winning the first regular season stop in a dozen years in Sacramento in 15. Catches a break there in frame 3, maybe a little bit of an over adjustment after leaving the washout in the first. Sherry Tan at plus 159 now. Just taking a look at some scores across the board. Rocio Restrepo plus 158. Shannon O'Keefe on our feature pair 149 over. Jamie Martin up to 232. She's rolling once again. Lindsay Boomer 237 with the back 6, now up to 306 in the plus category. Juliana Franco plus 106. Missy Klug plus 121. Liz Culkin plus 101. Jody Wessner plus 110. I think that's everybody who's 100 over or better at the moment. Liz Johnson, can't forget Liz. Plus 116. Michelle Sterner plus 109. Now I think that's everybody. Back-to-back light shots on 29 for Daria. Broussard unable to mix him up there. He's looking for 4 in a row. Looking to find some momentum here. Back half of round 2. Broussard from Denham Springs, Louisiana.
Right down the way.
Right down the way. Thank you for interjecting, because I had no idea where that was located at. So
pretty darn close.
Pretty darn close.
Yep.
All right. Looks like Sarah has a few folks right in front of us here, actually, who coming in support. So definitely cool. Definitely seating available here at the Raising Cane's River Center. So if you are in the area, feel free to stop on by. Bowling all day. It's weekend coming up. Maybe take a half day Friday. check out some bowling.
Denham Springs, by about 25 minutes or so. Similar to, what else is local? Gonzales. Gonzales might be a little further. From a mileage standpoint, I think it's 13, 14 miles to Denham Springs, maybe 25 miles to Gonzales. I believe it's Gonzales that has the outlet mall, which I frequented.
That's good. If there's an outlet mall in any city, you know where it's at.
I mean, you got to find the deals.
Got to find the deals.
So a lot of people have rubbed off on me in regards to how to shop. I'm also an avid shoe guy, if you will. So if I can find something that would unexpectedly be in an outlet mall, because you can stumble upon some good things.
Some gems.
Yeah. At a relatively lower price, of course. I'm sure all the viewers know what, you know, people love outlet malls. Everyone loves it. I don't know one person that doesn't enjoy the outlet mall as a whole. Now, maybe not the whole process of like getting there, because they're generally not like in the city, for example. You've got to take a little drive generally to get to an outlet mall, wherever it's at. You probably don't like it during Christmas.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will not argue with you on that. Kayla Bandy mixes them up. Early double. Kayla had a rough start yesterday. Battled back to get to plus. Given a few pins back here, minus 28. After a total of 8 games, 3 games today. And scores are up after 8 games as well, if you want to check those out. PWBA.com or bowl.com. Both home pages have something you can click on. It'll take you right to all the good stuff on the USBC Queens. And as we mentioned, Lindsay Boomer continues to set the pace, plus 306. Jamie Martin having the big squad so far, and she's actually looked like she ran into some trouble in the 10th frame. Game 4, but picked up the 3, 4, 6, 7. So she can get to 213 plus strike. That would push her to 245. She's at 232 at the moment. And a bit of a drop off. Third place, Sherry Tan plus 159. Rocio Restrepo plus 158. Shannon O'Keefe rounds out the top 5 at plus 149. Shannon O'Keefe on our feature pair. Miscue on the 4-pin in the 5th frame. No problem on the 8-pin in the 6th.
Say big thanks to all of our viewers listening and watching. I know many also listen, and I say that because and I was taught this a long time ago, of course, but it's always important to, you know, reset every now and then, because not everyone is watching or listening at the same time. And people who may be busy with other things, they're at work, they've got it on in the background. So they're actually listening and still feel they know what's happening because they're listening. So if you are listening, we certainly appreciate it. And certainly, obviously, if you, of course, you're watching, appreciate it as well. So there's a little bit of radio involved. But big thanks to Judy Kirkwood Stenhouse. Judy said she was off to bowl Florida States this morning. She's going to try to watch from her phone. We appreciate that, Judy.
And good luck.
And definitely good luck. Please get there safely. Do not watch. Please listen on your way. When you arrive, please then go back to watch.
Safety first with Emil Williams Jr.
Michael Savage has a question. Is the 5 o'clock p.m. fresh the same as the 8 a.m. fresh? Or do they just oil the, re-oil the heads at 5 p.m.? It's full re-oil. Full re-oil. So there's not just a re-oil of the heads. Strip and an oil.
Got to make them pristine.
In fact, there's an hour added into the schedule because there is a full re-oil prior to the last squat. Feel free to check in. Let us know where you're watching from. Drop comments, of course. People know where to do it now on the Live Now broadcast, or post, generally on the PWA Tour Facebook page, but we also have it available, obviously, this week at the Sport of Bowling USBC Facebook page. And you can check us out there if you'd like to drop a comment also. I missed someone wanted to give a shout out to their daughter, I believe, who was bowling on yesterday. We missed that. So hopefully they will be watching yet again today, and I will be monitoring Facebook on all of our Live Now posts. Live Now posts get traction now, man.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Just gotta.
It's the place to be.
Just gotta tell them. Gotta help them.
Shannon O'Keefe has made a ball change. At least the last two shots. I didn't see the 8-pin in the 6th frame. Has found her first double. Daria gets her first strike on the left lane. Coming light in her first 2 attempts. Went high the next time. 3-6-9-10 was unable to convert. So that's that open up there. Finds the right look in frame 8. To a rep Chris Barnes. Chatting a little bit with her.
Pretty cool situation on 25 and 26. Ghislaine van der Tol and Danielle Vandermeer. Both from the Netherlands. Probably don't get a chance to bowl with one another that often. Of course, unless international competition. Kayla knew that one probably was just a touch slow. She tried to help it from the foul line. It didn't listen. Thought she could have at least broken down the split though. Maybe get the 10 out.
Jessica Millot has made a nice run the past 2 games. It was plus 44 to start the day. Went 175 on 158 and has turned it around with games at 256 and now 227 to bring it all back after dropping below par. Now plus 60. Just finish up a few pairs to our right. Sarah Broussard gets to 192. Daphne Tan working on a 2 in a row, can get to 218. Great shot from Daria there. Shannon's going to go just a few pins back. 197 will drop her to plus 146. Alicia in the 2 O's with decent count. 202. She'll be minus 6 now. Kayla will drop to minus 51. Daphne says, come on, 10 pin. Help me out here. Most pairs ready for our 5th and final game. And we'll be ready for game 5 as well. 196 for Daphne Tan brings her back to even. Daria Payuk trending in the right direction after a rough start. 217, her high game of the day. Back to better than plus 100, plus 111. Lindsay Boomer still on cruise control. She's on the pair that has 4 players, only one of those during the squad. So they're only in the 6th frame at the moment. But Lindsay spare in the first, the next 5 already at plus 306. Safe to say, minus a disastrous final game, she is going to continue to hold on to the top spot. Lindsay had a nice run at the Queens last year. want to say it was a top 10 finish. I'm going to double check though, because that's the proper thing to do. If it was better than top 10, I certainly want to recognize her for that as well. She finished in the tied for, or essentially the 9 through 12 spot. So we'll call that tied for 9th. Won a total of 5 matches throughout her run. So I was hoping to draw a little bit on that experience as well. It's certainly going to be in great shape. Looking ahead to tomorrow and bracket play. Game 5 underway on our featured pairs. Katie Sutphin, Jessica Malott, and Rocio Restrepo on 27 and 28. Sarah Mensch, 2014 Queens champion Maria Jose Rodriguez, and Johanna Puentes over on 29 and 30.
We'll get to keep a good cool watch on Jamie Martin as well. She is paired to our left. 2 pair.
How fun is it to watch Rocio bowl?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like I don't think we've seen her on the feature pair.
I don't think we've caught her
until right now.
Until right now, yes.
It is fun to watch her bowl.
Obviously off to a great start this year. Pair TV shows.
She has struck often. And when she didn't, depending on the pattern, of course, she struck enough, and like week 1, for example, did what she had to do to earn the top spot. Next week, although didn't earn the top seed, she missed that by 5 pins. But to make back-to-back shows was a pretty good start to the season. Last week, she just missed match play. She finished 13th. So still overall, pretty solid 3 events to open up the season.
I would definitely say so. Runner-up for Player of the Year in 2016. Pair titles. Looking to continue on that success. Trip that 9, Jessica Malott. You too, Maria. Just business as usual.
She does that well too. She's always a really good spare shooter, but I mean, you could just tell just the overall focus. I mean, it's complete. The game is complete. Like in the general sense, there's always things to learn and tweak and, you know, make sure you're sharp, etc. But there's just not a lot, I'm sure, that you won't see her be able to figure something out on.
As we talked about yesterday, many players saying the pattern that first week, one of the toughest, if not the toughest.
She said she was one for sure.
She was one of them, and she's the top seed for the TV show. So the talent was always there, the skill was always there, but putting it all together, making the leap in 2016. To see it continue into 2017 here in the early going of the season.
She made a couple championship round appearances in 2015.
She's a runner-up in Minnesota. That was a fun event. That was the only standard event I got to go to in 2015. Actually, that might be the only standard event I've ever been to.
It's not true.
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
There we go. Okay, see? That's it. Got my back there. But we were actually there, myself, Jason Thomas, Stephen Padilla. We're there to do some stuff for the USBC Bowling Academy. So we followed Kelly Kulik around for every single shot. She made her progression, all qualifying, match play on her way to making the stepladder finals. But while all that was going on, Rocio earned the top seed in Minnesota. So really good title match. Her and Diana. Pattern had gotten a little tricky, or I shouldn't say the pattern, the pair. And it was tough to get all 10 to fall down. Both players stayed clean. Came down to the 10th frame. Diana able to sneak out the title. Once you knew Rocio got a taste of that success, got so close it would be just a matter of time. Before she was in the winner's circle. In Detroit and St. Petersburg last year. Lindsay Boomer is going to be in the 240s this game, or last game, game 4. 248 it appears officially. Now going to be at plus 354. Just on cruise control at the moment.
Putting up numbers. Putting numbers on the board.
As long as you don't put it on the board, Hawk, we're all good.
Oh. Wagner. The ball change there from Rocio. It looks like she didn't like that one.
Yeah, kind of shrugging her shoulders after that, saying, "Did not do what I thought I was going to do," but that's cool too, though. It struck. Sarah asking for that one to hold for just a second. Looking for a big finish here to get back to plus minus 27.
Sarah's got some game as well. Playing at Grandview University. She's a member and going to be out. Bowled a few events last year as well. I'll tell you who I am looking forward to seeing from a young player perspective. Haven't seen her yet, and hopefully we will on the East Coast when we get there or before. Is Nicole Trudell.
We got to see Nicole at the USBC Open Championships a few weeks ago. Helped her team into second place at the time in the team all events category. I want to say she actually led the team overall. Had a great performance there.
Wouldn't surprise me. She's got a very, 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 very bright future. Great young player to watch.
Tournament leader Lindsay Boomer going to be bowling on 25 and 6, one pair to our left. They're just starting game 5. Katie kicking pins out. She's thrown 4 out of the last 5. Kick up a 10 for Johanna. Once again, a reminder, B squad, or not B squad, it's A squad. C squad. I said them all.
One of them is bold.
One of them is correct. C squad. Coming up next here on Bowl TV and Extra Frame. Start time, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon local time here at the Raising Cane's River Center. So that's about an hour and 45 minutes from right now. Obviously, we're going to be here till the conclusion of this squad. Our feature pair is getting pretty close to finishing up, but plenty of bowling still going on in the venue. That's going to have to push. Almost enough. Maria looking to make a strong finish here. Has an opportunity to get right around plus as well. Another nice shot from Sarah there. Hoping to have 3 in a row to start the 10th. Real good shot on 30 in the 8th frame, left at 10 pin.
Match played, brackets. Top 64 begins on Sunday. Big shot there for Sarah Minch. That first one in the 10th, her second double of the game.
Can get to 223 still. Bump her up to -4 for her overall effort for 10 games.
Oh. See that too often. 5-7 from Lindsay. Little shot.
Just another day at the office. Things are going your way, they're going your way. Nice effort by Joey Yo today after a very, very not so fun first game. She's made up all those pins and she gave back. Finished it with 246 to get to +155. Some nice resilience there. Probably not the way you think to get to 30 over for the day, but she improves her position with just 5 games left to go. Jazmin Snell making another nice run. I mentioned she started her day off at -95. She's going to be on the right side of plus, finishing up on 11 and 12.
There it is. I don't see it that much. We only see the row that people want to see when 10 frames, important shots. Very focused, reserved, kind of throughout the rest of the game, unless she really needs something that makes a important split conversion. But.
So you're saying that's more of a, all right, just got through this block, added on to my number?
Yeah, I think so. Nice double in the 10th.
Was a bit of a grind today. There it is again.
Yeah.
So 222 finish for the 2-time PWBA Tour champion. So she'll get to 167 over. It was right around plus 130 today to start things off, so bit of a roller coaster. But she has 5 games on the fresh now. Gained some pins. One final shot here on our featured pairs.
But Jessica Milan's had a really solid physical game. Watched, of course, during the ITCs. She repeats very well.
Well, of course, well, that goes to the trained by someone else who repeats shots pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some great coaches.
Head coach Shannon O'Keefe, director of bowling Brian O'Keefe.
Shout out to their graduate assistant in the program, Matt Farber. He's been here.
He's right there. I see him.
Yeah, he's been.
He doesn't even know we're talking about him right now.
Assisting, still in the same role, actually, doing great work here. He's a good guy.
Good guy, former Junior Team USA member. Malott finishes up 191 to get to plus 51, excuse me. So another player with a little bit of an up and down day, but overall added a few more pins, 5 games closer to potential trip to the bracket. Switching over to 25 and 26, Mandy Edom, Amanda Green, Mary Wells, and Lindsay Boomer. gonna have to hustle. Jamie Martin gave a few pins back, finished with 173. Still finishes the day at plus 217.
Aaron, is a weird question, but obviously it's been a little minute since I've been here at the venue, so I forgot how the scoreboards work, how they add up.
Okay, I can answer your question, perhaps.
So if I'm looking at Anita Arnett's score in lane 9.
Lane 9, Anita Arnett. Okay.
What's her max score?
Her max score is 266.
Okay.
So here's how it works. Once you get down to, before the 10th frame, it's a little tough from time to time. That's why the live scoring, which we have links for on pwba.com and bowl.com as well, are so very helpful. But when the player gets to the 10th frame, if they're working on more than one consecutive strikes, that was the weirdest thing I've ever said in my life. If they're working on 2 strikes, 3 strikes, 4 strikes, however many strikes in a row, you can add 60 onto their total. So we see Anita was working on a lot of strikes in a row, 6, 7. She has 206, 60, 266. If you're working on a single consecutive strike, since I said it earlier, but if you have 1 strike in the 9th frame and you did not strike in the 8th frame, you can add 50 onto your score. And finally, if you have a spare in the 9th frame, you can add 40. And obviously, if you have an open, shame on you. That's okay, though. You can make it up and add 30 more pins onto your score, 3 strikes in the 10th.
All right, winding down here. In B squad round 2, game 5. The bonus coverage here. Tournament leader Lindsay Boomer shine. Pretty good day for Anita Arnett, 266 on the end. She will finish today at plus 116. She just had to get back into it a little bit yesterday. And now back like she never left. 10 pin there for Boomer Shine. 13 and 14 still ongoing. Leanne Holsenberg with 9 spare in the first frame. That was followed by 7 consecutive and 9 spare in the ninth. Good opportunity to finish the game there. Looks like she struck first shot in the 10th. And it's down on lane 13. Lauren Pate shot 235 on the end to get to plus 31. Amanda Fry shot 212 to get to plus 23. Shannon O'Keefe shot 196. She got to plus 142. See, Brittany Smith shot 237 to get to plus 91. See how things start to shape up. All right, final shots, of course. 9th frame for Mandy Eaton. All right, don't forget, folks, B Squad, or excuse me, C Squad. This is the B Squad. C Squad will begin at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Again, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. C Squad will hit the lanes. There will be no re-oil. Following the conclusion of this round, Burn Squad for C Squad. On the burn for C Squad, excuse me. A shot there from Mary Wells. Mary at minus 22. The only person who could have remotely caught Lindsay Boomer was Jamie Martin today. I'm just speaking specifically in regards to B Squad. All right, very nice finish for Mary Wells. 209. Amanda Green at -48. Field gate champion. And no love there on the 7. Last pair bowling. That shot. Coach Lindsay has done that quite often in these first 2 days. .173 for Amanda. Two more for Lindsay. 3-6-10, and that's how we'll close out round 2 B squad here in just a second. Thank all of our tournament staff. Neil Milligan, Kathy Watka, Kathy Kavicki, Jason Thomas, of course, and Greg Moore, Rick Barbera down in the center desk, making sure scoring is all in well.
USBC Queens. Ladies, please tally up your score sheets and turn them into the tournament office. The ladies will return tomorrow at 8 a.m. for their final 8 games of qualifying. Coming up next at 12 p.m. will be C Squad for their round of competition. We'll see you all at 12 o'clock.
All right, that was Neil Milligan with the final announcement. Again, C Squad coming up next. 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. The next time you will see B Squad will be tomorrow evening. Well, they will bowl again on the Fresh, but at 5 p.m. So stay tuned for more USBC Queens action. So for Aaron Smith, my name is Emil Williams Jr. 1 p.m. Eastern, C Squad hits the lanes. You're watching Bowl TV on Extra Frame.